Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So I'm gonna be using my snakes and ladders game to pick what I'm reading for a week. I've done 2 of these videos so far, so this is my 3rd episode and I'm very excited. So I'll quickly explain how this works if you haven't watched one before. But basically I use a 6-side dice to roll and then I land on a square. And all of the squares have a prompt on it. So we have prompts like Grumpy Ex Sunshine Romance, Enemies to Lovers Fantasy, Indie Author Fantasy, heaps of different prompts that help me pick a book to read from my TBR. And then we have bad prompts on the bottom of the snakes, like a genre I don't usually read. And then we have good prompts on top of the ladders, like read a book by my favorite author. So last episode, where did we end? What did I read? Oh, I read, okay. Wait, I still don't know. Where did I end? Rom-com, okay. Yes, okay, now I remember. I ended right here, sorry you can't see very well, at rom-com. So we're going to continue going along. So yeah, we're going to pick the first book I'm going to read. And sorry if you can hear my laptop. I'm exporting a video and my laptop is going crazy, like it's going to explode or something. But that's just what my laptop loves to do when it does anything. So anyways, let's pick the book we're going to read. So we have my little cowboy and we're going to roll the dice. 2. Okay, 1, 2. A new author. Okay, new author is a really easy one, I feel like. I have so many books by new authors that I haven't read before. I do want to pick a book that I can annotate because I'm making a video showing how I annotate, which should be up before this video. And so I want to pick one that I can annotate, which makes it kind of more difficult. It doesn't really, but I want it to be a book I think I'll really like. And I'm annotating a different book in the video, which is a romance, so I want to pick something like a fantasy. But I don't know if, actually, I'm kind of in the mood for fantasy. Okay, let's have a look. This is the most annoying thing about having stacks of books like this, because it's so hard to get books out. Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is their debut novel, so I obviously haven't read anything by them, and I've heard a lot of good things about this book. None of the other fantasies are really speaking to me right now, so I might go with this one. This one, how long is this? 500 pages. I'm gonna be honest right now, I'm kind of on a time crunch for this video. I have like under a week to film it if I want it to post, if I want it posted when I do. Does that make sense? There's a day I want it posted, so if I want to get it done by then, I need to do it in like under a week. So can I read this much? You know what? People have been reading this really fast. I saw Katie's read this book in like a day. So I think it should be okay. Another option. I just got this book, Chlorine. Should I read this one? This is about a swimmer that thinks she's a mermaid. But I don't know if this is the best example for annotating. So I think I need to go with fantasy. Okay, I've made up my mind. We're gonna go with Powerless. What this book is about, I don't know. I'm really like off today. Okay, let's try and like, what do I think this book's about from what I've heard? I watched Katie's read this book in a vlog yesterday and I don't remember what it's about. I think it's enemies to lovers, a lot of romance. There's like a trial, I think, that the female main character competes in. The male main character is a prince. And okay, I kind of remember now. There's like, people have magic and powers and stuff, and then there's people without powers, and those people are killed. And so the prince's job is to kill those people, so like mortals, which he feels like is wrong, but he still does it. And so I think that's a big part of the plot. That's all I really know. But I'm obviously going to give you guys a proper description of the plot when I get into it. This cover's so pretty. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I like the font too. Did I just call this a cover? Oh, and the female main character is a thief, or she like pickpockets. Okay, I'm gonna start reading this book now and stop blabbling. I'm sorry guys, I'm really like out of it today. I don't know why. I apologize. Hi guys, welcome. I was just about to say welcome to a new video. Hi guys, I haven't updated you in quite a bit. I've been so busy with other videos and all this stuff that I haven't done a lot of reading. So I started this video last Wednesday, it's now Sunday, and I've only read 140 pages of Powerless. The video is supposed to go up next Wednesday, so that's in 2 days or 3 days. So I think I'm gonna try and finish this book today, and then I'm gonna read one more book instead of 3 books, because usually I read 3 books in a reading vlog, but this video we're just gonna do 2. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try and make this vlog just as long as my other reading vlogs where I read 3 books. So hopefully that works out. Yeah, I'm hoping I can finish this today so we can start a new book and read that one quickly as well, hopefully. But I've just been so busy and I haven't really been in the mood to read. Whenever I have the opportunity to read, I usually just watch YouTube instead, which I haven't had a lot of time, like I've said, because I've been editing and filming videos so much. But I'm getting more into the plot of the story now, and I am enjoying it, so I feel like I can definitely get through it quickly. It is a very fast-paced read, so I'm optimistic. But I'll explain. Sorry if my camera is shaking on my bed. This is like the best spot I could find. Anyways, this book basically, it's fantasy romance. We've already established that. So we follow Payton, the female main character, and Kai. We get dual point of view. Payton lives in the slumps. She lives with her friend Adana, I think her name is, and she pickpockets people. She steals from people to get money to live and stuff like that. And you see a bit about her past. She used to live with her father, and then he passed away, and now she lives on her own with her friend, and she's been living like that for, I think she said 5 years. And then Kai is the prince, and he is not heir to the throne because his older brother is, so he is meant to be an enforcer, I think it's called. And enforcers, basically, it's a really weird role, but in this world, oh my god guys. I just went to delete videos on my phone because I didn't have enough storage and I got cut off when I was talking to you. And instead of deleting my recently deleted folder, I deleted my videos folder, so I deleted every video I had. But I thought I deleted my recently deleted folder, so then all of a sudden all the videos I had were gone. And I had like a whole other video on there that's supposed to go up tomorrow, and I was like, oh no, I just lost everything, but it's okay. I recovered everything. I like had a panic attack, oh my god. Whew, okay, what was I saying? Okay, everyone in this world has a magical ability. Some are better than others, some are really strong, there's some unique ones, and then there's people who don't have abilities, and they're called ordinaries, and they're killed off. The king has like spread this message that they created a plague or something like that. Was it a plague? That part of the story is very I don't really understand it, because apparently the plague gave everyone powers and colorful hair, but also plague was caused by ordinaries. I don't know, I don't really understand the logic. I think I'm just not getting it properly, but anyways, Enforcers basically go on missions and find ordinary, so usually there's like an alert, there's an ordinary living here, and they go and kill them. And so that's what the prince is supposed to do, but he like does it a little differently. He has to follow the rules because otherwise that's treason, but he will secretly like sneak out an ordinary he's supposed to kill and stuff like that. Those are our main characters. And then they meet. Prince Kai goes to the slums. He has an encounter with Payton. Payton steals from him, but then he gets attacked by other people, and then Payton like saves him. And then there's this trial in the kingdom, and basically all these people compete. What are they competing for? It's basically like a competition to showcase people's powers. It's like the Hunger Games. People are just fighting for their life, and you're supposed to nominate, like people nominate who they want in it. And after the town seeing Payton save Prince Kai, everyone's like, oh my god, we want her to represent us. And so they all like volunteered for her to go, so she has to go. I don't understand how any of that part works. I don't know, it doesn't really, I don't know. Anyways, so now she's a part of the trials. So Kai is also a part of the trials as the future ensorcerer. He's like has to be a part of it for some reason, because I think he's supposed to win and show that he's the strongest. And so Payton is now at the kingdom with Kai. They're interacting a lot. The interactions are so flirty. Like every single interaction they have, Kai is like flirting, and everything he says has like a double meaning. Like it is so flirty, which I don't mind. Like, I am a fan of it. I don't mind it. Every time I'm like, oh my god, what is this man saying? But Payton doesn't really react that much, and I'm like, are you hearing the same thing I'm hearing? Like, he just said something to you that could mean something else, unless I'm just like, I don't know. But I really like their characters. It really reminds me of the Throne of Glass and the Hunger Games with this whole trial thing. Like, that's just like interesting to me. Is this like a popular trope in fantasy books where you have a trial and people like fight and stuff, and there's like sponsors? Because why have I read that whole trope 3 times now? I haven't gotten to the actual like fighting in the trials yet, but they're just training. They had interviews where they showcase their powers. I am liking it. I'm not loving it. I'm waiting for me to get really invested in the story. It is really fast paced though. I have high hopes, but we'll see. I feel like this wasn't really what I was expecting. I don't know, the whole trial thing is so confusing to me, because why is that in so many books? But like, that whole thing, I'm like, that is literally from the Hunger Games. And then I'm like, Throne of Glass, literally, that's I don't know, it confuses me. Maybe that's just not weird and I'm just confused for no reason, but those are all my updates. I will update you on how I'm going. I'm gonna try and make this vlog as long as my other vlogs, so you guys will be getting more of my thoughts on the book than usual. I put my hands up, they're playing my song. The butterflies fly away, not in my head like yeah. I'm on page 230 and I'm loving this. Oh my god, the things he's saying. And we just had a who did this to you moment. I am giggling so much reading this book. And there's some stuff. There's some new things being discovered, and so I'm like theorizing and trying to work out what's going to happen, and I'm really intrigued for where this is going to go. At the moment, we're in the middle of the first trial. There's moments with Kai and Peyton that is so good. Oh my god. Look at my tabs. Okay. Why? Okay, there's a part I read yesterday that I forgot to mention that just had me like giggling so much. But he braided her hair because she got a cut on her ear and he didn't want her to get blood in it. So he braided her hair. And then when she looked at it, there's heaps of strands just sticking out of it. And I don't know why. I loved that so much. That was so funny and also like the sweetest thing. But also like that's kind of the bare, is that the bare minimum? I don't know. I thought that was so sweet. That he braided her hair. And now he just keeps saying like, he's very flirty. But now he's just going and like saying stuff about how he feels about her. And I'm like, oh my god. He is obsessed with her. I don't blame him. Like, I love Peyton's character. I will say though, Kit, who is Kai's older brother, who's gonna be the future king, I don't really like him. He gives me, I don't know, I feel like he has a crush on Peyton or something. Like, I'm not liking his vibes. His vibes. I hate saying the word vibe. Like, I feel so stupid when I say it. But yeah, I'm not really liking him. I don't know, but there's stuff happening and I'm so intrigued. Also, I saw a lot of people saying that like a lot happens at the end, so I'm gonna try and record when I'm near the end. Oh my god. This is also gonna be a trilogy, which is interesting. Why is that interesting? I don't know. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight because it's 7 p.m. but I'm gonna try. Since I'm really into it now, I think I can stay up and keep reading, and then we'll finish off the rest tomorrow, and then we'll pick the next book, and then we'll read the next book, and then we'll, yeah, I over explain everything. Okay, that's all. Guys, I'm like speculating so much. I'm thinking about this being a trilogy. A trilogy, and I'm like, okay, I can't say anything because of spoilers. They're not really theories, but I'm like thinking about where this could go, and I'm like what if it's like, and then like they're like, but like that'd be like so good. I'm really I hope, okay, I need to stop thinking about the book and actually just read it, because I'm just here like, what if this happens, and then like later on and like maybe the next book then this, but like I haven't even gotten through this book yet, so I just need to like keep on reading and stop speculating, maybe. Good morning, guys. It's morning for me, not for you. Actually, I think it's like midday now. Something about my hair looks really off today. Anyways, I didn't finish Powerless last night. Surprise, surprise. Who could have guessed? What is, okay, like, why do I look like a little boy? Like a Victorian boy? I look like a little lad. I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, I didn't finish this last night. I was too tired, but, oh. I'm having brain fog. Anyways, I'm on page 280. I have 200 pages left. I think I can definitely finish it today. I'm hoping to finish it maybe in a few hours, and then I have to edit a video that's supposed to go up today. And then after I do that, I'm gonna start the next book of this video. This video might go up late if I don't have time. Like, I want to make sure I have time to actually read the next book in this video and not stress about it. So yeah. So I'm going to try and finish this today. I'm really liking it. I mean, I have the same thoughts as I had before. After the trial that's happening right now, I have a feeling a lot is going to happen. And so I'm very excited for that. And also, this is like a little side note, but there's a character called Jax. In the book, he's like a side character. He's Kai and Kit's little brother, but they're not related. They've like taken him in as a brother. And I really like seeing his character because I have a little brother named Jax, Well, his actual name is Jackson, but it's Jaxon, so we call him Jax. And he's 4. So I really like seeing this Jax character in the book because it reminds me of my brother. And I don't get to see my brother a lot because I don't live with him. So I really like that. I like the little brother dynamic because it's very relatable and he has the same name. So I'm like, oh my god. Even though I'm not a big fan of Jax's character in this book overall because he's like 15, I think, but he's really like childish. I'm not a big fan of his character, but I will say some of the writing in this book is very corny. I've heard this author, Lauren Roberts, during I think like quarantine 2020 and maybe sometime after that, she was making TikToks of her writing this book, and I never saw her, but I've heard people talk about it, and I think she was talking about all the tropes she's going to include, and she's going to try and include a mix of everything like the who did this to you and enemies to lovers. And so I feel like this is a combination of so many fantasy books, which isn't necessarily bad. Like, I really enjoy it, but it does mean that there's just some corny writing, maybe. I don't know, the writing isn't fantastic. It's not horrible, it's just not fantastic. There is some corny bits. I've said the word corny like 5 times now, but it's not like ruining my experience. I just find it funny and I like to comment on it. I find this so funny how in fantasy books they use a different word for saying like fuck. Instead they'll say like in this book they say plagues. So many fantasy books do that, where they find a new word to use because of their experience. And I find that so funny. Like, they say plagues because there was a plague that like killed people. So they say plagues instead of fuck. And I find that so funny because so many fantasy books do that. And it's so corny. I find it really funny. It kind of reminds me of Ali Hazelwood books, where some of the jokes and stuff really corny, but I find it funny. I don't know. I can see, like I said, a lot's gonna happen. Like, I'm speculating about what's gonna happen soon. I'm really excited. And Kai and Peyton spent a lot of time together in the first trial. I liked that a lot. We're gonna try and finish this book this morning, and then I'm gonna do some editing, upload a video, and then we're gonna start the next book of this video. And yeah, I'm really loving annotating this book, like the tabs. I love it so much. I made a video on how I annotate, so if you want to see how I tab my books and even how I annotate digitally, you can watch that video if you like. If you've made it this far into the video, please comment like a sword emoji, because I'm curious to see how many people are still watching. There's all my updates. Hi guys, I just finished Powerless literally like 5 seconds ago. It kind of lost me, I'll be honest. The ending I wasn't a fan of. And also there was so much repetitiveness. Like, I liked the flirting and stuff, but it felt like the same thing over and over again after a while. And there were so many moments where they got really close to like having a moment, like kissing or something, and then it'd be stopped. And I was just like so annoyed by the end of it. And I feel like, yeah, it definitely lost me, the plot. And I don't know. I think I'm gonna rate it a 4.25. My rating might change. But yeah, I really want to move on to another book now because I feel like I've been reading this for so long. So we're gonna pick my next book to read. Let's roll. I really want to read a romance. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. YA LGBTQIA plus book. Oh, okay. So I only have one book I can use for this prompt, which is Heartstopper Volume 3. This is 900 pages. What? This looks like 500. Huh? Oh, it starts at page 500. Okay. That makes more sense. This is a graphic novel, which makes it really, really good for this video. So maybe this video can actually go up on time now. I'm so happy I got this one. This is the only YA LGBTQIA plus book I have, and it's from the library. Like, I don't even own it, but I've read the first two. I read the second, I reread the first one and then read the second one for the first time maybe like a few months ago, and I'd been meaning to continue reading it, but I didn't have a chance to because of books I've been reading for videos. So I'm happy now I get a chance to read it. I'm sorry if anyone's like disappointed that I'm reading a graphic novel, because I feel like graphic novels aren't as popular, but I love graphic novels, and so I'm really happy I got like an easy read, and I can't wait to continue the story. I think in this book we are introduced to, what's his name? It's not Nick. Charlie. To him having anxiety, because I've heard people say, like, I've seen stuff about him having anxiety, and I read This Winter, which is set after this series, and there was stuff about him having anxiety and stuff, but I didn't see that in the first two books. So I'm intrigued to read that in this book and see. I know Alice Oseman deals with mental health really well, but if you haven't heard of Heartstopper, I don't know how, but it's a graphic novel series that follows Nick and Charlie, and they're like in high school, they're discovering who they are. There's a lot of discussion of how people treat them, coming out of the closet, what it's like to be out and open with your sexuality? Yeah, as like a teen. This is a really, really good series for teenagers who are LGBTQIA+, because they don't get a lot of representation. This is a really good series, and I haven't watched the show. I think I watched like one episode. It's really popular for a reason, and it's so sweet, and so I'm happy to continue this series. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Hi guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. So I did finish Heartstopper Volume 3. I feel like this got more, not more serious, but it dealt with a lot of tough topics like EDs and anxiety, but also in like she did it in a good way. I don't know. I think she discussed it well, and it wasn't like extreme, but I do think it's important to read about, and I like how it's done. But I feel like the first two books didn't have as strong of things in it. It definitely did have the impacts of like facing homophobia and bullying and stuff like that, and I did really enjoy it. I loved their moments together. I feel like most romance books I read, they usually end like maybe when the couple gets together, or maybe like a little bit after. And I honestly really wish romance books had more of them actually being together as a couple. I would love that so much. I love seeing them like the couples, like the characters when they get together and everything, like they've slowly started a relationship, and I just love actually seeing them together, and I feel like I hardly ever get that. And I know a lot of people actually lose interest when the couple gets together, and I personally don't feel the same. I want to see the couple together, and then usually we get an epilogue, but I feel like all this time is skipped. Suddenly they have children and stuff, and I usually like epilogues. They're like really sweet, but I just wish romance books had more where we actually see the couple as a couple. When everything is like good and happy, there's no third act breakup, they're together, they're happy together. I want to see more of that. Which is why I love bonus chapters and extended epilogues. Oh my god, I love when authors do that, because then you get like more of them just being a couple together, and I love that so much. But yeah, I really liked it. Even though there was more serious topics discussed, I still had a good time, and I definitely need to read the 4th one. I know the 5th one came out, I think, very recently, which is also the last one, so I definitely can't wait to finish. Actually, I don't really want to finish the series, but I guess I have to. But I want to see their happily ever after, you know, since they're dealing with a lot right now. But it was so cute, and this made me like really crave like actual romance, which I am reading next. I'm reading a romance book I'm really excited for in my next video coming out. So not my next video coming out, my next reading vlog coming out, so you can see me reading that book then. But that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a book Instagram and a book TikTok linked down below. You can check them out if you like. And should I say this? My birthday is the 22nd of December, so if you want to get me something from my wish list as like a surprise, you're welcome to. You don't have to. I don't expect anyone to, but I just thought like I'd mentioned it because I don't know, books are expensive, so it'd be nice. But I am getting so many books for my birthday, so I really don't need any more. But yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. Bye.